Okay, welcome back to our final installation video. You can see that the nose has been put in, and I've actually even put my scanner in, so I'll actually talk about that a little bit later. First off, I actually want to show you what I've done to the front nose. Now, I've actually adjusted it in two different ways. Now, you can actually see that on that side there, that it's got a much more sagging effect where the turn signal and the headlights are. And that reflects a look that's in a lot of the shows and a lot of the noses that are actually out there. On that side, you'll see it's much straighter. You can still just see the turn signals through there, but it's a lot straighter and a lot more lined up to the hood as well. So let's see how we've actually done it. Now, you'll remember in the last exciting episode that we actually bought some rubber door stops that we will placed under strategic areas, and you can get them from any Bunnings, as I mentioned earlier. And basically we've placed one rubber doorstop under this section and faced it that way, but we've not put any support under here. It's just sitting on that that other bracket, and it doesn't have any structural support at all, so that's what gives that sagging effect. Sorry, I haven't quite adjusted this area properly, but for this video purpose it's good enough. Now let's have a look on the inside. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now this is that the aforementioned bracket, and there's actually quite a bit of play there. It sits there quite loosely. You can make that more solid, but like I said, for this video we don't really need to. There's a big gap between that and the actual bumper, and you can see there's nothing wedged in between there to give it any rise at all. There's the doorstop that I was talking about. Okay, and sorry, I think I actually told you that it was going this way, but it's not. It's going that way, and that gives this area a bit of support too. Now on the other side, just move along here, you can see that you can still see the turn signal there, but there's not as much gap because we've really made this quite straight. We put the doorstop under there, we've wedged it in a lot higher so it can actually bring it up to the hood. And if we go underneath, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, there it is there. Now these are the other door wedges again. You can see them quite nicely. I put 3 in there. These can be screwed in. They have got holes in them, but just for demonstration purposes, obviously we don't need to. Again as well. You can see there's 3 there, there's 2 in there, there's 1 in there, and you can adjust that to whatever height that you need it to be. Now this is the impact absorption rubber that I borrowed from the impact absorption bar. I cut a piece out. That's the piece that I showed you earlier, and we've placed that underneath. And this is what it looks like actually on the bumper. You can hardly see it from the front. Obviously, you'd have to really go inside to have a look. This is really tough stuff. I can't tell you how good it is. You can make your own brackets or whatever to bring this up, but because it does absorb a little bit of the height adjustment and is not so rigid, I recommend that you do use it because it's perfect for this job. It really, really is. Okay. Now, just in case any of you are curious, I've actually put my scanner in, and you can see a little bit of cardboard under there. I've actually just put a bit of cardboard just to raise that scanner up and bring it up closer to the hood. You don't really want to bring it all the way up to the hood though, because you've got to remember that you still have to close it and put pressure on it. So you do need that gap there, because if you do push on it a bit too hard to close it, you will end up breaking your scanner. I recommend putting some more rubber door stops under this section here of the nose, just to bring it up, and that way you can raise your scanner up a little bit higher too, as well, and you'll just get such a good effect. Now, in case any of you are wondering what the turn signal blackouts will look like, I'll just grab this bit of cardboard. This is the template that I'll actually be using to make the turn signal blackouts. This is what it will look like on that side. So it's a pretty good effect. It just sits in there, and you just epoxy around the edges, and that'll just fit in nicely, and you'll still be able to see your turn signals through that when they blink on and off. Let's get it on the other side and have a look. Okay, a little bit different, obviously, because we've got that big dip there. You can epoxy again, depending on which look you're going for. You can create every single look that the car had in the show, depending on how you adjust it. If you want to have it sagging down, you can. If you really want to see the turn signals clearly, but want to bring the turn signal blackouts up to the hood, you can. What you can use to do that is these things here. You can get these at any Bunnings store as well, and they're just tabs that you put on shelves to put or put on metal frames to put glass shelves on. So they're perfect, and you can put them in different areas just to raise that up to the desired height that you need. Okay. Now, just before I sign off, the ground effects brackets that normally fit on there, okay, you'll notice that they don't really sort of become too friendly when it comes to the underneath of the front nose. They'll actually come, quite forward on the nose. So you can either cut those excess parts away, or you can get this part and lip it underneath the front nose, right under there when you install it. But be warned, it's quite a task to do that as well. I recommend as well that you actually cut this mounting bracket away. I've actually taken a little bit off here already. Cut this away, and that way it'll be easier to fit. There's enough support structure and screws and other mounting areas to give it enough support, so you really actually don't need that. That actually fits in between the fender and the bumper, so just get rid of that. You don't need it. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll make some more videos in the future to discuss some other things, but for right now, that is how we install a Knight Rider front nose.